Okay, let's be real. Trying to lose weight after the age of 40 is like trying to find your sunglasses when they're on your head. You're eating healthy, you're working out, you're doing all of the right things, but the scale and those inches do not seem to be budging. You're frustrated, you're fed up, and you're about this close to giving up. Sound familiar? Well, the reason is because most women over 40 are making one of these 5 huge mistakes, and the worst part is they don't even know it. And trust me, these mistakes are not what you think. Hello, gorgeous girl. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Tracy. I'm 50 years old and I have over 25 years of experience as a certified personal trainer, Pilates instructor, and health coach. I also, because of my age, I have experienced a lot of these frustrations myself. So I really know how annoying it can be. But let me tell you, you are in very good hands. And I can promise you, I'm not going to tell you, well, you got to just move more and eat less, because I don't need to tell you that just doesn't work over the age of 40. And you're gonna wanna make sure that you stay to the end of this video today, because I've got something really special for you that's gonna really help to pull all of this together for you and make a huge impact. So let's get into these huge mistakes. Mistake number 1 is that you're actually not eating enough. Shock, gasp, horror. I know. Like I said, I'm 50. So I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. And even if you grew up into the early 2000s, we had some seriously toxic diet culture that was around us. So most of us over 40, we think, okay, I've got to slim down. I want to just, take a few inches off, take a few pounds off. And so what am I going to do? I'm actually going to just eat less. I'm going to make my portions smaller, and I'm going to just eat a whole lot less, because that's going to work, right? Wrong. Big mistake. Research shows that actually eating less, especially over the age of 40, can actually slow down your metabolism more, meaning that when you keep eating less and less and less, your body just almost slows down to a screeching halt. So let's get into some of the nerdy science. The research shows that constantly restricting your caloric intake actually lowers your basic metabolic rate, meaning just how many calories it takes for you to exist and be alive, and can also raise our cortisol levels. And that together means that you're going to be eating less, probably not losing weight, and even getting that dreaded belly fat in your midsection. And none of us want that. And when we restrict our calories, what happens? We feel exhausted, we get cranky, and we are so tempted by so-called forbidden food that usually you end up, if you're anything like me, going into a full-on binge of junk food or so-called forbidden food. So what's the solution? Instead of cutting calories to the extreme, it's so important at this point in our lives that we focus on eating protein, eating fiber, and making sure you're getting healthy fats each and every day. Now, if that sounds a little bit daunting to you, don't worry, I've got you covered. I made an entire video all about how to really up your protein intake, especially over the age of 40. So definitely check out that video after this one. But really, just to give you a 2-second version, try to aim for at least 30 grams of protein for each meal. It's not as hard as you think. And I am not even a macro tracker, but I always, when I'm looking at my meals of the day, I know that on the days when I really focus on my protein consumption, I end up not wanting snacks, I end up feeling satisfied, and I even have more energy. And this is really key to make sure that we are retaining our muscles. And when we have more muscles, what does that mean? It means that our base metabolic rate is higher, which means that we're just burning more calories, breathing and existing. One thing that's often overlooked, especially over the age of 40, is how actually nutrient deficient most of us are. In fact, there's been research that shows over 90% of Americans are nutrient deficient. So that's why it's essential that you supplement, and supplement wisely. I've been taking my Gem Bite every single day for months now, and I have to tell you, I am in love with these things. They really give me so much more energy. It's improved my digestion. nutrition, and I just love knowing that, especially at the age of 50, I'm really supporting my body's needs. These are not supplements like, you're used to with like pills and powders. Most of those are actually not bioavailable to our body. The reason why I love gems so much is that they are real food-based ingredients. So your body actually recognizes them, and it also gives you better absorption. And that's what we all want, right? Is that the supplements that we're taking, they actually do their job. They're made with really high quality ingredients like mushrooms for bone density. They've got pre and probiotics. And most importantly for me, they are delicious. They have this delicious sort of citrusy ginger flavor. It's not too strong, and it's just something that I look forward to each and every day. So if you haven't already checked out Gem, now is your sign to do so. I'll leave all the information here and also down below in the description box. And for my community on YouTube, they've got a really special deal off your first month of Gem. So go here and use my code TracyC at checkout, and you'll definitely have to let me know what you think. I love these things so much. So the second mistake that you might be making is you are doing the wrong kinds of workouts. Now, we grew up being told cardio, cardio, cardio. You want to lose weight, you got to sweat it out. You got to jump around. You got to do all those things. And I'm not saying that you don't need to do cardiovascular exercise. Especially over the age of 40, one of our biggest health risks is cardiovascular health declining and heart disease in women over the age of 40. So you do want to get that heart rate up to have a strong heart. But if we actually had to weigh in order of importance, it's strength and or resistance training that actually packs more of a punch now if you're over 40, and especially if you want to lose weight. So if you've been spending hours on the elliptical or running, trying to burn off all of last night's chocolate and wine, I got to tell you, you are probably better off taking a Pilates reformer class with resistance or doing a workout that incorporates both strength training along with some cardio. So I have workouts, tons of workouts like this in my fitness membership and community, Total Body Transformation, but you could do anything. I mean, there's so many resources here on YouTube. You could take a class that incorporates some weight training, some squats, some body weight training. All of these are going to pack a bigger punch when it comes to losing weight over the age of 40. Here's 2 fixes for this big mistake of being a cardio queen. We can reform that, girl. Take off the crown, and here's what you're going to do instead. You're going to do some strength and or resistance training. Like I said, I've got tons of resources, and I'll leave some down below in the description box. And number 2, you want to focus on being neat, and that means having non-exercise activity thermogenesis. What does that mean? It just means being more active in your life. Research really shows our metabolism doesn't slow down that much over the age of 40, but what does slow down is us. We're just more busy. We've got more things on our plate, and we're just generally speaking not as active. So this is a huge mistake if you're thinking cardio, 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 which probably did work for you in your 20s, but that shiz isn't going to work for you now over 40. The third biggest mistake that you are likely making is you are being hijacked by your hormones, and you don't even know it. So you're eating healthy, you're exercising, you're doing all the right things, but your body feels like it is just having a tantrum like a 2-year-old, and nothing will budge. It is frustrating, it is annoying, and it just makes you feel stuck, right? Listen, I have so been there, and I have so struggled with this myself, but let me tell you, there is light at the end of this tunnel. Most of us think that any kind of weight gain is really just dictated by calories, right? How much are you eating, how much you're taking in, how much you're burning off. But what actually plays a much, much larger role, especially over the age of 40s, are our hormones. So what happens especially over the age of 40 is that your estrogen starts to decline. And newsflash, this can start happening even into your 30s slowly, but then it starts really increasing in speed in our 40s. And you can be in perimenopause and have declining estrogen up to 10 to even 15 years before your last period. And the reason why this is a problem, that's when we get that dreaded menopausal middle where Out of nowhere, you've got this midsection weight gain. I've totally experienced this myself, and it sucks. And having low estrogen is really a problem for us because when we have low estrogen, that increases our visceral fat, and that is the fat that is around your organs. So even on the outside, if you don't look like you've gained weight, you might have increased your visceral fat, which puts us at risk for so many health problems, especially later in life. After the age of 40, what also happens is we can often develop insulin resistance, and this is a huge problem. This also contributes to that fat around the midsection. This contributes to us having those huge energy dips where all of a sudden you're like, I need to take a nap like every day. We can have increases in our cravings and wanting sugary food or carbohydrate-rich foods that we know are not really going to support us, and even that brain fog. And when we have insulin resistance, it just makes weight loss so much harder, especially over the age of 40. Now, that's a lot to take in, I know, but we have got solutions here, my friend, so let me break it down for you. Eat your protein and your fiber first at your meals. I personally think eat those veggies first. You want to get those phytonutrients in. They're a little bit more calorically dense, so you can eat a little bit more volume, and you're getting that fiber, which is so, so important. Because one thing I know as a health coach with over 25 years of experience at the belt, a lot of y'all are constipated. People don't talk about it enough, but let me tell you something. I've done many a health intake form with my clients, and almost every single woman says, I'm constipated. So you need to poop. So eat those veggies, get that fiber going. It doesn't have to be raw vegetables, cooked and raw. There's so much more that I could say about this, but I'll keep it brief. So eat the fiber and the protein first. That's going to make you satisfied. That's going to keep things moving, and it's just going to be so good for your general health. If you haven't already done this, this is your sign right now. Ditch any kind of low fat trends that you've been following. I know it's hard to break those mental patterns because we were told in the 80s and the 90s, low fat, low fat, low fat. But that is not serving you at all, and we need fat. And fat actually is our friend. It helps us feel satisfied, and it really helps to balance our hormones. Now, I'm not talking about having, fat from a bag of chips or some French fries from McDonald's. I'm talking about healthy fats like from avocados or olive oil, things that are just more healthy and true whole fats for your body. Don't overdo it, but they're really, really good for your body, and it's so important for your hormones. We already talked about the need for strength training and resistance training, but let me repeat it again. Get your strength training going, get your resistance training going, make it easy for you. Find workouts like you'll find in TBT that include both strength training and cardio. You'll get more bang for your buck. And another thing that's really going to help you is making sure you are prioritizing sleep, rest, and recovery. Hustle culture is so dead. It is so over. And especially as women, it is not going to help you at all. So if you do those 4 things, I'm telling you, it's going to make it so much easier for you to shed pounds with ease, even over the age of 40. Let's get back into those huge mistakes. Mistake number 4 is trying to lose weight like you did when you were 25. Juice fast, right? Raw food only. Intermittent fasting for way longer, so you're basically starving yourself. Cutting calories dramatically and washing that all down with hours of cardio. Raise your hand if you tried doing that before. So here's why all those things that you did in your 20s are just not going to work anymore in your 40s and beyond. We naturally have muscle loss over the age of 40. Now, of course, we can do so many things to prevent that, but naturally speaking, unless we are really, really proactive to keep our muscle mass, you are going to lose it. And that, as a result, means that your body kind of just wants to hold on to any calories that it can, and it makes it just so much harder for you to lose that weight. So now is the time for us to focus on longevity, focus on being our strongest, being our healthiest, and eating real, whole, healthy foods. Just doing those simple things will make it so much easier for you to shed pounds over the age of 40. This mistake is absolutely my favorite of the bunch, which is you are trying to rely on motivation rather than establishing habits that actually support your goals. You know, I've been doing this for a really, really long time, and one thing that I know for sure is women get into a lot of trouble when they follow these quick fix plans, and there are a bajillion of them, but they don't really know what habits to create and things that are going to work for their life and their lifestyle to create lasting weight loss. And that's what we all want, right? Is lasting weight loss. And here's the thing, right now, this is even more rampant than ever before, in my opinion, because of all these weight loss drugs. Now, I know that's a really heated topic, and if that's something that you want me to get into, is like, what are my opinion on all of these GLP-1 medications, let me know in the comments. I think that is definitely a whole video in and of itself. But here's the deal. All of those medications, for some people, are super, super valuable. And there has been some research that there are some benefits, especially when it comes to microdosing them. But, and this is the big but, if you don't train your body to know how to eat for health, for longevity, and to make ease in your choices, unless you're planning on being on those medications, which are super expensive, for the rest of your life, I've seen it, you are going to gain that weight back, and then even more so, and you're going to be left even more frustrated. And those medications can actually even be more dangerous because you lose weight so rapidly, you're definitely having some muscle loss for sure. So my point here is motivation is a liar. And so many of us are wandering around looking for motivation. What you need is a lifestyle and a plan that's going to work for your life and your lifestyle. And that is the only thing that's going to work, and where you get that switch that gets flipped and suddenly it's like, wow, it's just easy. It's easy for me to keep this weight off. I feel great, and it just has become a part of my identity. That's where the secret sauce is. So if all of this is clicking with you and weight loss is one of your goals in 2025, I've got a really special invitation for you. I am hosting a live, totally free masterclass this month, and you are exclusively invited. This free masterclass is called Weight Loss Made Simple, and one thing I can tell you is I'm a New Yorker at heart. I like things fast, I like things effective, and I like to keep things simple. So if you really want to learn how to lose weight, even if you're over 40, keep it off, and have a plan that really works for your life and your lifestyle, you'll definitely want to check it out. I'll leave all the information for the free masterclass down below in the description box, which basically, if you're watching this underneath my head, you'll see the title of today's video, click on more, and then if you click more again, you'll see everything there for you. Like I said, this is a live event, so register for it. Yes, I will be giving a replay only for those of you that register. So you gotta register for the event and you will be in. I'd love to see you there live, because of course there will be time for us to interact with some live Q&A. And this is really such a valuable masterclass. I absolutely love this training, and we've got some really new things that we're gonna be discussing. And like I said, having that interaction with you is one of my favorite parts. So I'd love to see you there. It's on February 19th. Once you click on the link here in the description box, you'll get all the details. And like I said, if you can't attend live, we'll be sad and we'll miss you, but do register anyways, because you will be getting the replay. So don't get frustrated, don't get fed up, and don't think that it is not possible for you. I can speak from experience. I've helped women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond lose weight and keep it off. But it's really about having that shift in your mindset along with a plan that's going to work for your life and your lifestyle. So you're awesome, you're amazing. And if you want to keep hanging with me here on YouTube, make sure to check out this video next. I'll see you there.